Welcome back to the channel once again, and in today's video I'm going to do a honest review of the SEIKO Snoopy, or one of them anyway. So these came out I think approximately 3 months ago as of the month of this video, which is September 2023. They did two versions of them, so there was the Beach Beagle and there was also a Field Watch as well. I've decided to go for the Beach Beagle because I thought it was pretty cool. There's a few cool features on the watch and a few that are slightly surprising, and some you sort of think, well, why didn't you do something else? So anyway, got it in front of you there, so you see that it comes on a Nato strap. They're a 38mm case, which we'll do a comparison with an SKX 007 case shortly, and you can see what the size difference will be. The NATO strap, I'll try and speak clearly, the NATO strap is a nylon style strap, and it's grey with a white stripe, or white with two grey stripes, depending on which way you see it. It's relatively stock standard for a NATO style strap, so you've got the loop through the bottom there. It's relatively the same thickness as any other NATO strap that you could possibly buy. It does have a signed buckle, which you can see there, which has SEIKO on it. It's not terribly exciting, but it's cool enough. If we just take they've just unlooped the strap here, we can see the back. So it does have a display back. The display back has the Beach Beagle. We'll just zoom that in a bit more. Just bring that up. So that's the Beach Beagle there, and that's Snoopy on his surfboard. I don't remember which cartoon this is from. I do remember seeing it years and years ago when I used to read Snoopy books. But it's a pretty cool display case back. So the glass is actually frosted. I don't know if you can see it there. You should be able to see the rotor moving behind that. And of course it's got because it's a limited edition, it has the numbered piece on the back, I believe, as well. Somewhere, yep, there it is there. So how many do they make? 8,900 of these. So I don't think they're sold out as of the date of this video, so you shouldn't have a problem getting one if you do want one. The crown is a signed crown, and it has a paw print on it. We'll just get a better shot of that. So it's a laser etched paw print. It's not terribly deep, so it probably will be prone to wear. Now we'll just turn over onto the dial. So the dial is a fairly standard fare divers type dial. You have pab printed loom, pab printed indices and printing on the dial. The SEIKO the SEIKO logo is an applied part, and the 5 itself is pad printed. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got Snoopy on his surfboard. I'll just get the hand out the way so you can see it. Well, he's behind the surfboard anyway, and they've put the SEIKO 5 Sports text on the stripe of the surfboard. The font on the bezel is Comic Sans, which is a fairly courageous decision. And the bezel is a click bezel. The click feels fairly good. So it'll just use their spring system underneath that bezel. I'm not going to take the bezel off. So there you go. So coming around to the crown, it's a 4R36 movement, so it does hand wind, and that feels fairly nice. And of course it's typical one click for the calendar. Which, if I just get the hand out of the way, you can actually see it. There we go. So the language on this one, I believe, is Chinese. Someone can correct me if it isn't. And English. So one big missed opportunity is it's not a screw down crown, which for a watch that you're supposed to get wet is a fairly curious decision. But that's pretty much what they're doing with a lot of these now, and the reason behind that is that it just makes it easier to hand wind the movement. They do have 100 meters water resistance anyway, so how much more do you really need? But it just would have been nice to see a screw down crown on here, considering it is a sort of baby diver's watch. Now the size of this thing is small, so I'll just give you a comparison versus a SKX007, which probably most people looking to get one of these probably already have. Just get that back in focus. So I'm using a manual lens, so I've got to do the hard work myself. So that is the Snoopy, and that is the SKX007. So you can see there's quite a size difference between them. So the Snoopy's a 38mm case, and the SKX007 I think is 42 or 45 or something, I can't remember. I've got a fairly small wrist, so I can get away with a smaller case. I'll just put it on and I'll show you how it wears. So, okay, pretty much got it on now. So that's how it wears on me. I'll just get this out of the way. So you can see it does sit reasonably tall. That's it. But yeah, it's on the small side, but it is wearable if you've got a smaller wrist. If you had a bigger wrist, it just really wouldn't suit, I don't think. It just would get lost on your wrist. You could probably put a bracelet on it if you wanted to, but I think a bracelet would make it wear smaller. So I'd be inclined to keep it on the Nato, really. But yeah, that's the SEIKO Snoopy. So in summary, I think it's a cool little watch. It is a bit on the small side, and it's a bit curious that they didn't put a screw down crown on it, but otherwise it's really cool. So I'll wrap this up now, and thanks for watching, and I've got some other reviews to put up soon as well. So I'll leave that there, and thanks.